Welcome, football fans, to this NFL Week 16 review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from here on Tim Reynolds Show as we start this Week 16 review with Thursday Night Football, where we would see the Denver Broncos travel to take on the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Broncos would open up with 21 points in the first half, but we've seen this Chargers offense make a comeback in the fourth quarter, scoring 15 points as the Chargers get the 34-27 victory for their 9th win on the season, and now they're in prime position to make the 2024 playoffs after this win, where quarterback Justin Herbert throws for 284 yards and 2 passing touchdowns, and running back Gus Edwards also adds 2 rushing touchdowns to help lead this Chargers team to a victory over the Denver Broncos, who now have a tough schedule remaining with just 2 games left in the 2024 NFL season, and they'll have to fight and claw their way to make a playoff spot after this loss. Then, guys, we have Saturday football, where we would see the Houston Texans travel to take on the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead, and we see the home team remain undefeated at Arrowhead, 8-0 after the Kansas City Chiefs get the 27-19 victory over the Houston Texans, as quarterback Patrick Mahomes looked pretty good on his feet after suffering that right ankle sprain in last week's matchup, as he's able to lead this Kansas City Chiefs team to a victory, their 14th win of the season. Then next up here, guys, on Saturday football, we see the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens dominated this matchup after the Steelers were able to get a victory in the last matchup that these two teams faced off. This time the Ravens offense explodes for 34 points in a 34-17 victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers, as Baltimore now clinches a playoff spot with their 10th win of the year, and with 2 weeks remaining, they are now tied with Pittsburgh in the division, so they will have a chance to clinch the division in the next 2 weeks, as we've seen Derrick Henry have 162 yards rushing in this matchup to help lead the Baltimore Ravens to the victory. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will now have to continue to fight with 2 weeks remaining if they want a chance to be able to win this division. And also, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs as they inch closer to the number 1 seed, improving to 8-0 at home and 14-1. Then, guys, on our Sunday slate, we kick it off with the New York Football Giants taking on the Atlanta Falcons, where we've seen rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. for the Atlanta Falcons make his first career start, and even though he throws an interception in this one, he's able to lead this Atlanta Falcons team to a victory as they ran the ball well, with Bijan Robinson having 94 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns, as the Atlanta Falcons get the victory 34-7 over the New York Giants, who fall to 2-13 and are now looking like they'll have the number 1 overall selection in the 2024 NFL Draft with their terrible season that they're having this year. But now the Atlanta Falcons move 1 inch closer to a playoff spot, getting their 8th win of the year in this matchup. Then next up, guys, we see the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears on the road in Chicago, but the Lions handle business in this one, bouncing back after last week's tough loss as they get the win 34-17 in this matchup, as quarterback Jared Goff has 336 yards passing with 3 passing touchdowns, and we see running back Gibbs carry the load with David Montgomery out, as he has 109 yards rushing and 1 rushing touchdown to help lead this Lions team to a victory, their 13th victory of the season, which is a new Detroit Lions franchise record for wins in a single season. Congratulations to head coach Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions as they get the victory against the Chicago Bears. Then next up, we seen the Cleveland Browns travel to take on the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Bengals were able to get the 24-6 victory after quarterback Joe Burrow was able to throw for 252 yards and 3 passing touchdowns to lead this team to victory, as quarterback Joe Burrow leads the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns, as the Bengals were able to get their 7th win of the season and remain in the AFC playoff picture with this victory over the Cleveland Browns. Then next up, guys, we've seen a shootout where the Tennessee Titans would take on the Indianapolis Colts, and we see the Colts were able to get the victory 38-30 in this matchup after we've seen running back Jonathan Taylor have have 218 yards rushing and 3 rushing touchdowns to help lead this Colts team to their 7th victory of the year, as they also remain in the AFC playoff picture with this victory. Then next up here, guys, we've seen the LA Rams travel to take on the New York Jets, and the Rams were able to make sure they get the victory in this one to get their 9th win of the year and take control of their division as they get the victory 19-9 after they shut out the New York Jets offense in the second half, giving up 0 points to get the win here. And we see Aaron Rodgers has 256 yards passing and 1 passing touchdown, but that would not be enough as Kyren Williams for the Los Angeles Rams has 122 yards rushing and a rushing touchdown to lead this team to a victory. Then next up, guys, we've seen a wild one in Washington as the Philadelphia Eagles travel to take on the Washington Commanders, and we've seen in the first quarter the Philadelphia Eagles offense lose quarterback Jalen Hurts to a concussion that he suffered, and they would have to go with backup Kenny Pickett at the quarterback position as we see the Philadelphia Eagles take a 21-7 lead in the first quarter. But this Commanders offense would keep on fighting with rookie quarterback Jalen Daniels having a career game with 5 passing touchdowns in the victory after he gets the go-ahead passing touchdown with 10 seconds left in the game, as we see the Commanders get the victory 36-33 over the Philadelphia Eagles to get their 10th win of the season. And we also see that Jalen Daniels has more than likely secured the 2024 NFL Rookie of the Year after this amazing performance for the Washington Commanders football team. Then next up here, guys, after the upset where the Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Washington Commanders, we see the Arizona Cardinals take on the Carolina Panthers. And speaking of upsets, the Carolina Panthers upset the Arizona Cardinals 36-30 in overtime as the Panthers were able to lean on running back Chuba Hubbard, who had 25 carries for 152 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, and sealed it at the end with the touchdown to give Carolina the 36-30 victory as they eliminate the Arizona Cardinals from playoff contention after this loss, their 8th of the year. Then next up, guys, we've seen the Minnesota Vikings traveling to take on the Seattle Seahawks, and Seattle was able to make this game very, very close down to the end, but the Minnesota Vikings get their 13th victory of the season as they win 27-24 in this Week 16 matchup, even though Geno Smith throws for 314 yards and 3 passing touchdowns. It would not be enough as we see Vikings offense led by wide receiver Justin Jefferson, who had 10 catches for 144 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns to help lead this Vikings team to a victory in Week 16. Next up, we see the New England Patriots travel to take on the Buffalo Bills, and the Patriots really fought hard against Buffalo, having the lead early in the first half, 14-7, but Buffalo would come back as they get the victory 24-21 in this matchup as they leaned on running back James Cook, who had 11 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown, and also played very well in the receiving game for the Buffalo Bills offense as they were able to get the victory here, their 12th of the season against the New England Patriots in Week 16. Then we see the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in a battle of teams that just are not doing very good this season, but we see the Raiders are able to get the victory at home for their 3rd win of the season, 19-14 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I got to give a big shout out to 2 rookies in this game. Jaguars rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. goes over 1,000 yards on the season, the first ever Jaguars rookie wide receiver to do so in Jaguars franchise history, as he has 9 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown in this game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But it's tight end Brock Bowers who really balled out for the Las Vegas Raiders with 11 catches for 99 yards in this matchup, as he now has over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. Then next up here, guys, in week 16, we would then see the San Francisco 49ers travel to take on the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins take care of business at home as we see Achane had 120 yards rushing with one rushing touchdown to lead this Dolphins team to a 29-17 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Even though Brock Purdy had a good day for 300 yards passing and 2 passing touchdowns, and even George Kittle, the tight end, had over 100 yards receiving, it would not be enough as the San Francisco 49ers are eliminated from playoff contention after this loss. Then next up, guys, we see Sunday Night Football, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were traveling to take on the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World, and the Cowboys get the upset victory in this one, 26-24, after the defense came up big for Dallas with 2 turnovers late in the second half, including on the last possession for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were only down by 2 points with no timeouts remaining and a minute 40 left. But we see Bland, the defensive back for the Cowboys, was able to strip running back Rachaad White of the football, recovering the fumble and giving Dallas their 7th win of the season. And with this loss, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now fall out of first place in the NFC South, as the Atlanta Falcons now are in first place, and the Buccaneers are going to need some help if they want a chance to win this division and make the playoffs. They'll need to win out the rest of the season and have the Atlanta Falcons lose one of their next 2 games in order for the Bucs to win the division. Then next up here, guys, we had Monday Night Football, where we seen the first shutout of the 2024 NFL season. That's right, folks, as the Green Bay Packers dominated the New Orleans Saints in Lambeau 34-0 on Monday Night Football, as we see running back Josh Jacobs only played pretty much the first half in this one, but still had 69 yards rushing and 1 rushing touchdown, as we see Green Bay gets their 11th win of the season and clinches a playoff spot in the 2024 NFL season with this victory on Monday Night Football. And this has been your NFL Week 16 review on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and leave some comments to let me know what you guys thought of Week 16 in the NFL. And hey, we got some Christmas games coming up in Week 17, so make sure you guys check out Tim Reynolds Show for more NFL news and updates and live play-by-play live streams that I'll be doing right here on this YouTube channel, this football love and sports entertainment channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Thank you guys for all the support. Please make sure you like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Peace out, everybody.